So in today's video, this company, CYCLENBATT, sent me a 12.8 volt lithium iron phosphate battery that is a mini battery. And when we open this up and unbox it, this thing is really packed well. It's got like inch thick here, inch thick here, 2 inches thick right here, and the top is 3/4 of an inch. But the cardboard is double cardboard on here, so it's extremely durable and stiff, and nothing is able to poke through this when it's delivered. So it's delivered in this bag, and it has, once again, on the bottom the same piece that's on the top. So it's packaged very well. It's nice box. The battery comes with handles on it right here to lift up, and then those fold away. It comes with user manual and warranty card and everything, and also comes with the post, 2 different size posts that they have here. And these are nice that they include these and that they're 2 different sizes. Now when it comes with a cap on here that screws on here and will keep from being able to be shorted out. Now these posts here, they give you 2 different ones. These are 7mm wide on the thread, or 1/4 inch, 0.25 of an inch, I believe it is. And then it's 17mm height on the small one and 30mm height on the big one. And you get a washer and a lock washer on each one of these. So when you put the 30mm in, it also has a 1/2 inch nut size on the top for a wrench. So this is a 1/2 inch right here. Oops, I don't know if you can see on that. 1/2 inch on that. And when you screw this in, it leaves you room that if you have thick ends on the wire, you can have a little space there. I would say that's probably close to a 1/2 inch space. But on this one, it goes all the way down, so that if you have a, see if I have one. Yeah, there's one. Okay, so if you have a post like this on here, that's like a 1/4 or 3/8 inch here, it would fit on here. You can see that would fit on there, and then you would be able to tighten that down. And that has a Phillips on there, so you can tighten it with a Phillips or 1/2 inch on that. So I like the fact that they give you both of those, and you have a choice. Now this thing is like almost 9 inches across and 5 3/8. It looks like around 5 3/8 from front to back. And height wise, it looks like it is a little over 8 inches, 8 3/16 looks like. So pretty small battery. Now, if we look, this would be a, take these out. Actually, I'll leave that in there for a minute. This would be a great replacement for my AGM battery in here that, I don't know if that'll fit. I don't know if you can see or not, but this would actually fit, and I could put probably 2 of these in here. This one, and I forgot my ruler, that AGM battery was like over $200 that I paid for that at the auto parts store. And it's a 3-year full replacement, but this is a little over 12 inches by 7 inches by a little over 7.5 inches on that. And as where this is 9 inches, and you can see that, oops, you can see that'll fit in there. So this is, I said, around 5.5. So this is 14 inches deep on this. Oops, yeah, it's 14 inches deep. If I had 1 more inch, I could fit 3 of them in here, but I can put two of these batteries in parallel and have a much better battery than that AGM right there. This battery is sold on Amazon, and they sent it to me to unbox it and test it. And it's right here. If you put in the CYCLENBATT, it should come up. That's what I did. I put that in the search bar and it'll come up. There'll be a link in the description as well. But this is selling for $174.99, and it is, it takes like maybe around 2 weeks. Actually, when they sent it to me, I don't know where they're located, but when they sent it to me, it took like less than 5 days. So it probably depends on the part of the country. And you can actually look in here. They have 4 different size 12-volt batteries. This one's the mini, this one's a regular size, and it's the same price. This one's a taller one. It looks like it's a little bit taller. Let's see if I click on that, if I can get the dimensions. Yeah, it's 9 inches high. It's just like an inch higher. This one's a little inch higher than this one. And this is just a 10 amp hour battery on there. There you go. So going back to the original one. So this is a 12 volt 100 amp hour Mini LiFePO4 battery, low temp cutoff or protection, 12 volt 100 amp hour lithium battery, built in 100 amp hour smart BMS, up to 15,000 cycles, deep cycles. Great for trolling motor, RV, solar system, and off-grid. And the one thing that I noticed on this when I started looking at it, they give you quite a bit of information in here on when you go and look at this, to be able to determine if you want to get one of these on for your setup, off-grid setup, or RV or something. But over here, 95% were 5 stars, 3% were 4 stars, and 2% were 1 stars. But on this, they have the battery capacity, size, weight, build quality, functionality, value for money, power, and ease of use, and all positive marks. So they're not showing anything negative from what the customers say on this. So the customers seem to like that, and that was 237 reviews. They got a 4.9 out of 5. Now on this over here, they actually give you, if I can get it open, a warranty card that you can go online and register your product for warranty. And they give you 4 different flyers in here. Here's a getting started one where it talks about read everything before you do. Don't let your positive and negative leads ever touch. That's going to be a problem. Don't ever use different types of batteries, different brands, different voltage, or different capacities. It should always be the exact same battery if you're going to put them in series and parallel. And these you can put in 4 in series and then 4 in parallel for a total of 8 batteries. You got 2 in series. You can do these. You can do these either 4 of these in series for 12 volt, 400 amp hour, or 4 of them in parallel for a 51.2 volt, 100 amp hour. And then you can actually do these in 24 volt as well. And they will actually show you that. I'll show it in a second. Just, you want to read through this stuff before you start connecting it to everything. And then they show you their different brands. They ask you to do a review on it on Amazon. Here's the warranty card. They give you the website to go to register for the warranty. You got 5-year warranty, and they were saying that they get back to you usually within 24 hours. So that's kind of nice. Nothing on the back there. So just looking at this stuff, they give you a customer service address, email address, and a technical support that you can contact. Now, when you get into the product manual here, this is for the 100 amp hour and the 100 amp hour mini, and this is the mini. The other battery is a little bit bigger than this, but the same size, 12.8 volts, 100 amp hour, 1280 watt hours. So they're saying in here you get 5,000 plus cycles, but they were saying on here that they're getting 15,000 deep cycles on this. So we'll be testing this out. We're just unboxing it today. So here they give you the specifications. It's 20.83 pounds or 10 kilograms. They give you the height of 8.19 inches or 208 millimeters. So they give it to you in inches and millimeters. And here's the bolts that I said. Those are 1.18 inches or 30 millimeter length on the big ones, 0.28 inches and 7 millimeter for the thickness of the thread, and the type of thread it is. So then they give you your parameters here. It is a 12.8 volt for the voltage. Rated capacity 100 amp hours to 100.2 amp hours. They're all grade A cells on this. Total energy is 1280 watt hours to 1305 watt hours. Operating voltage 12.8. Charging voltage is 14.4 volts, and that's a plus or minus 0.2 volt. Discharge is 10.4 plus or minus 0.2 volts, I think it is, or yeah, I think it's 0.2 volts. Don't have my cheaters with me. Low voltage charging protection, 32 degrees. Low temperature discharge protection is minus 7.6 degrees Fahrenheit. High temperature protection, 140 degrees. Max continuous charge discharge current is 100 amps. Peak discharge current for 5 seconds is 300 amps. It's really good. Max continuous load power, 1280 watts. Load voltage protection, 10 volts, plus or minus 0.2 volts. Overcharge protection, 14.6. That says amps on there. I'm wondering if that really is amps or if that's volt. And then overcharge protection is 360 amps. And then if you get in here, they show you for battery charging, for SLA, AGM, gel, or 12 volt, you should not use any of those chargers for charging this. You should only use a lithium iron phosphate charger. Something that is set up to charge for lithium iron phosphates. Don't use those. They put an X on there, so don't use that. They show you with a solar panel and charge controller. They're showing this with 300 watt solar panel. Recommended charging current, 2C, think it's 0.2C. Hard to see without my cheaters. Let's see. Yeah, 0.2C. And then charging mode is 12 volts, 14.6, and lithium iron phosphate at that. So they talk about that, and it looks like a generator down there as well. They talk about that. The voltage characteristics, that you could go up to 14.6, and then after you let it set, it's going to drop down to about 13.2 to 13.4 after you're done charging it. It should settle in that range. In the state of charge, they give you a thing here with a voltage. At 100%, you're at 13.5 volts. 99%, you're at 13.4 volts. 90%, 13.3. 70%, 13.2. 40%, 13.1. 30% state of charge at 13 volts. 20% state of charge at 12.9 volts. 10% state of charge at 12.8 volts. And then 1% is 10.8 volt recommended low voltage disconnect voltage, and 0% would be 9.5 volts. So the below state of charge corresponding to the voltage data is for reference only on this. So they give you a little more information on that. Now on this, they'll actually show you for a 4S 51.2 100 amp hour, where 4 of these are in series. That's what the 4S, 4 in series. They show you how to connect it to the negative to positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. And then you would connect to your inverter your positive here and your negative here. And you always want to go across the batteries. You don't want to connect here and here because these two batteries won't charge right. So you always want to go from one end to the other end when you're doing in series. Then they give you a 4P, 4 in parallel, 12.8 volts, 400 amp hour. So you would go negative to negative to negative to negative, positive to positive to positive to positive. And then you would connect this like either positive here, negative here for your inverter, or you go negative here to positive. Once again, you're going across your batteries when you connect them to your inverter, so that you're going across all 4 batteries. And then over here is a 2 in series, 4 in parallel, 25.6 volt, 400 amp hour battery bank. And they show you how to do that. You're going to go positive to positive and negative to negative on these 2 batteries right here. And you're going to do that on all 4 of those sets of those batteries. And then to get so these are in 25.6 volts when you put 2 of these together. And then when you start paralleling them, you're going to go the negative to the positive, negative to positive, negative to positive on here. So, and that's how you get 8 of them in 2 in series and 4 in parallel to get 8 volt or 8 batteries to come up with a 25.6 volt 400 amp hour. So it's nice to give you this wiring schematic. Then they show you on your 12 volt 100 amp hour mini how you can install them. Here's your 12 volt 100 amp hour regular size battery on that. So you wouldn't want to, where the red X is, you don't want to install it like that. But where the green check mark is, you want to install it, you can go ahead and install them like that. Same thing over here. You don't want to install this upside down on the 12 volt one, but you can install it on all these other 5 ways. And here's 4 ways to install the mini. So storing the battery, they tell you dry environment, store away from metal, room temperature if possible. And then for the inverter settings, they give you inverter settings on here for charging and discharging, which I'll see if I can zoom in on that a little bit. So the voltage for charging is 14.6 volts. Over voltage disconnect is 14.6. and over voltage reconnect is 13.8 volts. And then for your under voltage, under voltage warning is 10.6 volts. Under voltage recovery is 11 volts, and low voltage reconnect is 11 volts. So, give you a little more information here on the parameters, and then some warnings for your battery disposal. And then here's a way to contact them if you have any questions. So they give you quite a bit of information for these batteries. And when this was delivered to me, it was, oops. It was, 13.23 DC volts. So this thing is fully charged for me and ready to go. So looking at this thing, the quality, I think it's great quality. It's sturdy. The plastic on it feels really good, that it's not flimsy in any way, shape, or form. I like how the built-in handles on this. It's got the plus on this side, minus on that side. And then when you go to the back here, they give you some more information on here that it's 12.8 volt, 100 amp hour mini, 1280 watt hours. Talks about caution of risk of fire, explosion, or burns. Never throw the battery into water. Keep it under dry, shady, and cool circumstance when not in use. Never upside down with the positive and negative. You should never have this mounted where it's upside down. Or connect. They might be also saying don't ever connect the negative and positive on this. Never connect the positive and negative with metal, shorting the two together. You don't ever want to short these two together. So never ship or store battery together with metal, as they could be short those out and cause a spark or a fire, maybe an explosion. Never knock, throw, or trample the battery. Never cut through the battery with a nail or other edge. Don't cut into these batteries or anything like that, and don't puncture them. So they give you more information over here that the 10 volts is the cutoff for discharge. Maximum charge voltage is 14.4 volts with a plus or minus 0.2 volt. Max series voltage is 48 volts or 5120 volts. Max continuous charge current is 100 amps. Max continuous discharge current is 100 amps. Peak discharge current is 300 amps for 5 seconds. Low temp charging is minus 32 degree protection, and low temp charging is 32 degrees protection, less than that, and then up to minus 8 degrees protection for low temp discharging. And on the battery here, it gives you customer service at CYCLENBATT.com and tech support at CYCLENBATT.com. So there's 2 places you can contact them. And you can also contact them in Amazon as well. And then they have where you can go to their, see if we can click on their other products they sell. Go to their storefront, and they also sell like in 4 packs of the minis. They give you a break on the price because it's $174.99. So that'd be $350 for 2, so that's about the same price, but it's about the same price, I guess, for 4. Then they give you a bunch of different packages you can buy these in. So anyways, they sent this to me, so I wanted to unbox it and show you this, and then go over the specs on everything. And like I said, when I got this, it was at 13.21 volts, so it was fully charged, ready to go. And like I said, this will work great for the battery placement for my motorhome to start my propane generator. So I have an Onan generator, and that battery is just for starting that generator. Now, I would not use that under the hood because I don't believe it's recommended to use under the hood. But for this over here, this is in a shaded area. This box pushes in, and this goes over it. So it's in a confined area, and it should still stay below the 140 degrees on that. And in that area, if you go somewhere cold, you know, it's gonna have the recommendations for the 32 degrees and the -7 degrees for the cutoffs. So, but overall, I really like this battery, and I like the size of this because like I said, a regular battery is around 12 inches, and it's another inch or two going this way and another inch or so going higher. So I really like this Mini, and we look forward to using that. Now I have, I think I'll use this and see how long I can run it on some things like running a mini split. I'd have to get more of these to try and do 48 volt or parallel them together so I can go longer. But this is showing $175 on Amazon. When I bought this thing, this is like 5 or 6 years old. They don't even sell this anymore. I can't even find this brand anymore. But this has a built-in inverter inside of it, so that I've got my 310 volt plugs. And then I have my cigarette lighter or 12 volt thing here, also there. And then I can plug in solar panels for this, and it's got 3 USB ports for charging USB. And it also has inputs up here as well. This was like $1,000 with 250 watt solar panels. And that thing is probably 3 times as heavy as this right here. So a lot of technology improvements since this. Now this doesn't have an inverter, but I could buy one of these Victron 12 volt inverters from Signature Solar for, you know, like $300. So still, with this and that inverter would be half the price of what I paid for that. And so it's I could buy 2 of these batteries and one of the inverters, Victron inverters, and be better off than that. I got twice the amount of that power out of it by buying 2 of these batteries. So the price on these things is a really good price point. At $175 for this, I paid $220 for that AGM in my motorhome. So this is a really good price point, and that's for the regular size or this size. But like I said, I don't think I would put this in my engine compartment. I don't think it's rated for that, but it is rated for me to use it to start up my propane generator. And sometimes when that thing has not run for a while, it's kind of hard to start. So being able to go down to 10 and a half volts on this starting is going to be a huge difference. I'll be able to crank on that thing a lot longer than I could that AGM. Anyways, that's pretty much my review on unboxing that. We're going to test it out and do some more reviews after we've tested it a few times over the next couple of months. But overall, I like it. I would recommend this. It's a really great price for, you know, for $175, that's a pretty cheap 12.8 lithium iron phosphate battery. And the fact that it comes in such a small package, I would recommend this. I mean, I really would. It seems like a really nice battery. That's it. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll put a link in the description to go to Amazon for this. As far as I know, they're only on Amazon. And I hope you have a truly wonderful and blessed remainder of 2024 and a truly blessed and wonderful 2025. See you in the next video.